everyone. Thank you for checking out our city textures. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough to get you started using textures, show you how to bring them in, to place them, to blend them into your photos, and kind of start painting them in where you want them, painting them out where you don't, and using some really basic fundamental techniques to do so. So this is the final image we're going after. I'll show you the before now. So that's where we started, and that's where I took it, and I'm going to show you how to get there really easily. So I'm going to delete that group for now and start from scratch. So first thing I need to do is bring in the texture. So I already have a folder open with all the textures in it, and for this particular image I'm going to use jack-o'-lantern, which is here, and quite simply all you need to do is click and drag that onto your Photoshop canvas. Now the first thing we need to do with the texture after bringing it in is place it. So right now it's just kind of floating here. And what I'm going to do is first turn it so it matches this portrait orientation. And I'm going to do it 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I just right clicked it and then click 90 degrees counterclockwise. The reason I went counterclockwise is because if you look at the texture, it's kind of brighter on the left side and then falls off to the right. And if you look at our image, it does the exact same thing. It's brighter on the left and falls off to the right. I'm going to line up that corner and just scale this corner to match. And then I'm going to press enter or return, and that places our texture. Now that's brought in as a smart object. That way we're doing non-destructive editing to it, and we can always go back to that original file. So the next thing we need to do is blend it into our image, and we're going to do so using what's called blend modes. And blend modes are found in this drop-down menu right above your layers. So I'm going to click that, and if you're using an updated version of Photoshop, you can now just scroll through these with your mouse, just hover over them, and Photoshop's going to give you a preview of exactly what that blend mode does. If you've never used blend modes, I would encourage you to just experiment and scroll over them and see what looks cool and what doesn't. And over time, you'll kind of have your 3 or 4 go-tos, and you'll kind of have a sixth sense of what's going to work and what's not, but depending on the image and the texture you're using. Overlay is usually a pretty good place to start. Soft light works really well for this image. Hard light's not bad. It's a little much. Multiply actually looked really cool as well. But for this, I think I'm going to use soft light, and I'm just going to click that. So we brought our texture in, we placed it, and we blended it. And already it's making a pretty cool difference on this image. The base image it's a pretty good picture, but it's kind of boring. It's kind of flat. The back wall is just white. There's some texture on the wall over here that's just not really that interesting. And by just bringing a texture in and blending it into the image, it kind of plays off the story that's already being told here. Her dress kind of matches the wall and in color and in texture, and by bringing in this additional texture, it kind of ties that together and incorporates her into the scene even more, kind of with this cool paper texture, sepia tone thing. What I don't like about it, though, is that it added a lot of texture to her skin, which isn't the most flattering thing. So I'm going to show you how to remove the texture where you don't want it, and just the opposite, I'll show you how to add it only where you want it. So on our texture layer, I'm going to apply a layer mask, and that's this little icon at the bottom here. So we have this layer highlighted. We're going to click this, and that puts a white canvas on top of this layer. Now, what a layer mask does, quite simply, if it's white, that layer is going to show up. If it's black, it's not going to show up. So because it's white, it's showing up. But if we use the brush tool and a black brush, oh, that's a big brush. That's why I couldn't see it. Everything we paint in black is going to disappear from what we're seeing. Just like that. Now just the opposite, when we apply that layer mask, if you hit Command I, it will invert it and turn it black. And like I said, anything that's black isn't going to show up. So the texture isn't showing up anymore. But if we use a white brush, we can just paint in the texture where we want it. Now I know I want the texture pretty much everywhere in this, So rather than painting it in where I want it, I'm going to not invert that layer and just paint it out where I don't. So I'm going to use a black brush, and I'm going to use a really soft brush. My hardness is 0 all the way down. Opacity 100 and flow 10. So that'll give us a nice soft brush. And simply enough, I'm just going to paint out where I don't want texture. Now you can spend as much or as little time doing this as you want. You can do big brush strokes and do kind of a quick and dirty version of it, or you can spend 20, 30 minutes doing this very precisely. And as you learn Photoshop and learn more of the tools, there are way quicker ways to do this, much more effective ways. But for the sake of keeping this very basic and fundamental, we're just going to brush it out. We have a great tutorial on every tool in Photoshop taught by Seth McCullough. So if you haven't seen that and you don't know what other tools I'm talking about, I would advise starting there and learning what the tools are, what they do, and you will quickly learn much faster ways to do this. So again, I'm just painting black on our layer mask. You can see it showing up a little bit there. And that's removing the texture from her skin where I don't want it. And if you go too far or paint outside the lines, you can go back to a white brush and then paint the texture back in. So I did a pretty good job. But let's say you go crazy and your brush is too big and you paint way outside the line. You can just go back to a white brush and then just paint it back in where you wanted it. So that is looking pretty cool. We brought our texture in, we placed it, we blended it, and then we painted it out where we didn't want it using a layer mask. The only thing I'm noticing now is her skin tone is a different color than the texture we brought in. And I could adjust the color of the texture to match the original image, but I kind of like the sepia tone that the texture brought in. So I'm actually going to match her into the texture. So I'm going to go back to our base layer, our background layer. I'm going to apply an adjustment, a color balance adjustment. And I'm just going to bring this down towards yellow. Bring this towards magenta a little bit. And this towards red. And you can see the difference here before, after. Looks pretty good. One other thing I'm noticing is I'd like to see a little bit more light on her face and a little less light on this left half of the frame. So using these layer masks, I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with the brushes, just using a curves layer. So I'm going to bring in a curves layer. Again, I'm still working on our background layer. Our texture is just kind of hanging out up here right now. I'm going to increase the overall exposure. I'm going to drag this curve up. I actually like the entire image bumped up just a little bit. So I'm going to go a little bit further. There we go. Okay, and this canvas over here is white. Our layer mask is white. So I'm going to invert that, make it black. So really this curves layer is not doing anything right now because we need to use a white brush and paint in this layer where we want it. So I'm going to use a pretty big brush here. And it's going to be white. And I'm just going to basically paint light onto her right here in the middle, maybe a little bit in the hair. I'm using a huge brush. Again, you can use a finer, smaller brush and be very precise with what you're doing. But for the sake of this, I'm almost creating a vignette in a lot of ways. And then especially when I darken this side, it's basically a big vignette I'm creating. I went back to my black brush just for a minute just to paint in where I overdid it a little bit. So you can see we just brightened her up a little bit. I'm going to do the exact same thing to darken that left side. So another curves layer, still on the background layer. This time we're going to drag down to decrease the exposure a bit. I'm going to invert that using Command I on Mac. So again, this curves layer is not doing anything right now. We're going to use a white brush. I'm going to use a really big brush size on this. My flow's still at 10. It's a very soft brush. And I'm just going to kind of paint this corner and this edge in.